It's about to get real. Today we're talking about hiring business coaches and the one I regret hiring and what she taught me. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Krystal TV, where today we're talking about hiring business coaches. And really, we're talking about the one coach that I regret hiring and what I learned. And the first thing is really to look at why you're buying in the first place. I've had many mentors and coaches in my life, and even at this time I had an incredible business coach. The problem was me, and I wasn't feeling like I was getting it. And rather than going to this person who I put on a pedestal, and I was too ashamed to really admit that I wasn't getting it, or at least I'd already admitted it enough times that I was too ashamed to admit it again, but I still couldn't get it. And that's a whole different thing, right? My not getting it was really a trauma response around what would happen next when I did get successful and visible, and there was a whole lot to unpack in there. But this is kind of where that started, because I really had to look at, I was hiring someone else to help me get it to where I was ready for the coach that I already had and that I was already paying. Second was, this person actually was in my mentor's community. So I gave her, I guess, a little extra credit would be the way of saying it. I elevated her because she was in this group of elevated people. And so I didn't vet her as well as I should have. But also, she was very high pressure. And one of the things I've noticed about high pressure and scarcity is when they go hand in hand, it's usually the scarcity of the person putting the pressure on. It's their scarcity and it's leaking over onto you, or in this case, me. It was her scarcity that was leaking onto me. But then because that's an energy that we really feed on and it's scary, it leads to FOMO, and it's a tactic, sure. But in that moment, it also taught me to really look at the tactic for what it is. Is it legitimate scarcity? Like if I say, I have an opening to work with one person, that's a legitimate scarcity. That's all I have capacity for is the one person that's in front of me. But if I hit you with, you gotta do it now because time is running out. Well, that's a tactic. That's a scarcity tactic. And it works, which is why people use it. But when you get out of that energy, then it doesn't work on you anymore. So I did learn it brought my level of awareness up in that tactic when it's very high pressure and in this nurturing kind of way. Because there's no mistake that this woman was a predator. And I think far too many times we give women a pass that they can't be predators just because they're women. But she caught me when I was feeling low and unworthy of the coach that I already had. And then she made promises that she didn't keep. And when I tried to speak to her about it, of course, then she ignored me. These days, our vetting process has to be so much better because there is so much manufactured expert authority out there. And that's always been the case, but it's just so much more easily accessible now. And excellent marketing doesn't replace quality product or service. Someone can be an incredible marketer and not know jack shit about what they're selling you. And that's what I tend to see a lot of on the internet. She did finally respond when I told her I was quitting, and then she had time for me, mostly just because we were on a payment plan and she wasn't going to provide what she told me she was going to provide, and I wasn't going to be there for coaching that she wasn't giving. It was really all about the money in that case. And it showed in her response that she wasn't there for her students. She was there for the money, unfortunately. And I just learned that lesson the hard way in this instance. And it's always a learning lesson, right? It's going to happen. Everybody makes bad purchases now and again. It's nothing to beat myself up over. Just like it's nothing to beat yourself up over. But screaming and yelling isn't gonna get you anywhere. As we've all seen, standing in your power is not the Karen-esque attitude of life. It's the opposite. It's being able to stay calm and stand for yourself. Karens are just triggered. There's a lot of great coaches out there. There's a lot of bad ones out there. It's up to you to vet and don't buy out of FOMO or scarcity, but really with who aligns with you, not who's telling you what you want to hear. That's not where the growth is going to happen. This woman did a lot of telling people what they wanted to hear. That was her specialty. But telling people what they want to hear doesn't help them in any way. Find the people that will care about you enough to tell you the hard things, to tell you when you're making a mistake, that will tell you the hard truths instead of taking the easy way out. The easy answer is Rarely the right one. Simple is a different story. But if you're in need of coaching or mentorship and you have specific questions that you need answered, hit me up. You can pick my brain. I can't promise I'll answer because I don't know everything in the world. But if it's possible, I'll use your questions to make content for this channel. So send me your questions. Designing a life you love. Designing a business you love. Designing a space you love. I'll leave a link down below for you to submit directly to me. And while you're down there checking that out, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.